Okay, it's half term in our house and the family wants sausage and egg muffins. Are we gonna get a delivery? No, we're gonna make them. Sausage egg muffins with fresh homemade English muffins. Let's cook. Okay, to make the muffins, we are going to use the dough hook on the machine, or you can knead it if you need to, pardon the pun. Then we are going to add 300 grams of plain bread flour, followed up by 6 grams of cooking salt. Then add 15 grams of caster sugar and 1 medium-sized egg. 20 grams of butter, this needs to be soft at room temperature. Then next up, you need to grab yourself a heavy base pan and we're going to weigh out 170 millilitres of milk. We are going to warm that up to blood temperature, ready for the yeast. Next, we're going to add 7 grams of dried yeast and mix, and then we're going to leave that for 10 minutes before adding it to the dry mix. And with any baking, make sure you get all the ingredients into the bowl. Scrape out any yeast left in the pan. Okay, we're going to mix that on a medium speed for about 5 minutes. We're looking for a nice, shiny, sticky, stretchy dough. Now we're going to cover that up and leave it somewhere warm for half an hour till it doubles in size. Okay, now that's the muffins proving. Now we're going to make the bacon jam and the hollandaise sauce. Okay, right, for the bacon jam, we are going to need 200 grams of chopped diced onions. Chopped and diced is obviously the same thing. 200 grams of chopped diced streaky smoked bacon. 2 cloves of garlic. Obviously bacon jam is not the same as a fruit jam. Next we're going to add 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. Then next up we're going to add 60 grams of soft dark muscovado sugar. A teaspoon of smoked paprika to give it that extra smoky flavour. And now for the liquid, we're going to take 1 shot of bourbon whiskey and add that to the pan. And then to give the bacon jam a nice rich roasted flavour, we are going to add 60 millilitres of freshly brewed coffee. And then finally 1 tablespoon of organic cider vinegar. Now we're going to add that to a low heat and stir consistently to cook down the liquid and caramelise the sugar into a jam. And while the jam's cooking, we are going to press our pork patties in this burger press. I've got 90 grams of Lincolnshire sausage meat here. I'm rolling that into balls and then taking a sheet of greaseproof and placing it onto the burger press. The ball goes on top, and then take another sheet of greaseproof and this stops it sticking to the burger press. Give it a good push down to form the patty. Make sure your sausage is nice and cold. And there we have it, one cute little sausage burger. Let's pop it in the fridge and let it set. Next up is my all-in-one hollandaise, really easy and really fast. If you want the recipe for my all-in-one hollandaise, the link is just here. Look at that, hollandaise sauce in less than a minute. And now I'm going to add a teaspoon of my lacto-fermented ketchup, recipe coming soon. And carefully fold that ketchup in. This takes the hollandaise to another level. Okay, let's take a look at the bacon jam. The liquid's all reduced. Look how glossy and shiny it is. You need to try this. This is a game changer when it comes to brunch burgers and breakfast sandwiches. Okay, let's make our muffins. Give your rings a nice good greasing. And now grab yourself a tray and shake on the semolina. Semolina goes hand in hand with English muffins. Now lightly dust your work surface with flour. Now we're going to turn out the dough, and with bread dough, be careful not to knock too much of the air out of it. Carefully folding it here, keeping as much air inside it as possible. Make sure you keep moving the dough around the table so it doesn't stick when you come to cut it. Now, using a floured rolling pin, we're going to roll it out to 2.5 centimetres in thickness. This thickness makes a massive difference to how deep your muffins are going to be. Now, placing your greased ring on the tray, cut out your muffin dough. Obviously using the same size ring, and then add the dough carefully to your rings on the tray. Okay, now dust the top of the muffins with some more semolina. You don't have to use rings when you're making muffins. I'm just doing it for a perfect finish. You can freestand them like this. Now I'm sliding the tray into a black bag to help them prove evenly. Now the muffins are proved. Now we're going to cook them off in a dry pan. In a medium heated pan, gently lower in your muffins. Keep checking them till you get the right colour. You'll notice the muffin dough rising up the ring. Turn it over when you get a nice colour on the bottom. And now we're going to colour the tops. Keep moving them and keep checking them to make sure they don't burn. With a freestanding muffin, just pop it in the pan just like this. Now check these out. These make me happy on so many levels. Look how perfect that is. Straight sides, nice brownish top, little puffs of steam coming off them. That right there is an English muffin as it should look. But like I said, you don't have to use rings. You can freestand them like this and just turn them over when they're ready and they'll cook just fine like this. Okay, now in a hot pan, we're going to cook the patties. Lower them in and take off the greaseproof paper. Once they're frying nicely, we're going to give them a nice sprinkle of fresh sea salt. And then for a nice finish on this dish, we're going to crack the eggs into the same size rings as a muffin. Now flip the patties over once they've got a nice caramelised colour on one side. These are going to take about 3 minutes on each side to cook. Okay, now they're cooked, we're going to top them with a bacon jam. It's going to be really hot, so be careful. Lower the jam on there nicely like this with a spoon, and the juices from the jam are going to baste all over the top of the burger. Now add burger cheese and let this gently melt over the top of the bacon jam. Now let's cut that perfect little round muffin in half, and we're going to give the muffin a nice toasting. Okay, now the muffin's toasted, we're going to top it with a spoonful of the hollandaise. We're going to top that with a burger. Now gently sit the egg on top of the burger, making sure the yolk doesn't pop. Let's get an extra slice of burger cheese on there because that just turns really creamy with the yolk, and carefully top it with the lid. Look at that. Watch out, McDonald's. Okay, it looks beautiful. Okay, let's give it a go. That's a game changer. That's so good and so much better than any muffin you can buy in the shop. Give it a go, let me know what you think. It's as soft as a boa bun. I love the taste of sausage. And the sweetness and the smokiness from the bacon jam, it kind of brings it all together. The American cheese gives it that creamy texture in your mouth. Phenomenal. That is a breakfast muffin. Okay, so there we have it. Homemade fresh English muffins, toasted in a pan on top of the grill. Kitchen smells of fresh bread, tasted amazing. Cooking them in the cutters gives that perfect rise, the perfect cylinder shape. Perfect. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Should be twinkling away now, this new little feature. And drop me a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. And if you want me to cook, thanks for all the comments last week. I really appreciate it. All the interactions, amazing. Thanks for recommendations of what you want to see on the channel. And thank you to everyone who subscribed. We're nearly at 1,000. And if you love that recipe and you want the recipe for my all-in-one hollandaise sauce, which is nice and easy, then you have to watch this video next. This is my crab egg benedict. If I can even pick it up and get my mouth around it, it's ginormous.